Right, okay, so we're actually going to start in Baddha Konasana. I'm just going to mute you all actually as well. Just let me do that. Okay. Right, so I'm going to start in Baddha Konasana, which is a yogi pose, which is this one. So come to sit on the floor. Make sure your sit bones are nice and connected with the mat and the floor beneath you. Have the soles of your feet together. Maybe you just want to hold on to your feet, maybe open them out like a book. Just hold on to that area and let your knees fall out as wide as they can, so you're pushing the energy out through the knees in the opposite direction. So we're engaging the inner thighs. So sitting up nice and tall, really engage the core. Let's have the shoulders stacked over the hips and sitting tall, so stretching up through the crown of the head. And just close down the eyes for a moment. So come to notice how you're breathing today. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Nice, steady, equal breathing. In and out through the nose. Just work to your rhythm. And just try and equalize each inhale and each exhale. So start to notice how you're feeling in your body. And just hit that pause button on the day so far. So empty out any thoughts that might be hanging around in your mind. Just come to focus on the here and now in this moment. Completely bringing yourself into the present. And just focusing on the breath. So start to connect your body with your mind, with your breathing. And feel every part working together as one. Dip your chin towards your chest so you find a nice stretch down the back of the neck. And release your hands and just take your hands gently together and just place them over the nape of your neck. Just gently add that weight to the stretch. It doesn't need much. I'm not asking you to pull down, but just add that little bit of weight. Just stretching out the back of the neck. And release the hands back down to the feet. Open up the eyes if you haven't done so already. And then we are going to just take your hands down by the sides of your hips and just push yourself up off the floor. So just take your bottom off the floor. So you're engaging the core for a moment and release all the way down. And just do that one more time. So engage the core, lift bottom up off the mat and release. And then we're going to take the legs out wide into a wide-legged seated position. Again, finding that connection, so maybe moving the flesh away from underneath your sit bones. And engaging the feet, so flexing the ankles, bringing the toes back towards your body. And then we're going to take the right hand down the inside of the right leg, and then take the left hand over in line with your ear for a nice stretch. We want to be keeping this chest upright, so we don't want to be collapsing forwards. We want to keep that nice and open, stretching across the left ear. Nice big inhale. And as you exhale, maybe you can just go a little bit lower, but only just to feel the stretch. So really engaging through the inner thighs. Nice big inhale and exhale. And then inhale, bring yourselves up, back through center. We do the same on the other side. So left hand down by the inside of the left shin. Take the right over in line with the ear. As you inhale, reach and lengthen, and exhale to release. Lovely, then bring yourselves back up to seated. Use your hands underneath your knees to bring them all the way up. And then we're going to just come to lay down flat on your mat. I'm going to come this way so you can see me. So we want to have as much connection with the floor as possible. So shoulders completely rooted to the floor. And we're going to bring the right knee up into the chest, give it a hug first of all, and just move it around in the hip joint, just move it side to side. And then we're going to extend that leg up to the ceiling so it's vertical. So you want to have the sole of the foot facing the ceiling. And the left leg is out long, again with the ankle flexed and the toes pointing towards the body. We're going to keep the left hand on top of the left hip because we don't want that rising up. And we're going to then take the right hand to the inside of the right knee and just guide that leg over to the right hand side. So really feeling a stretch. You will feel your left hip will want to rise up off the floor. You want to keep that firmly connected. So let the right leg fall out to the right hand side, really finding a stretch down that inner thigh. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. So one more nice big inhale and exhale, really allowing that hip to open up fully. And then just using your right hand, just take it to the outside of your right knee and just support that leg as you bring it all the way up. So that it's going to keep it vertical. And then taking both hands, interlace your fingers behind the right thigh and keep the shoulders connected to the floor. I'm just going to ease that thigh towards your body, towards your chest. So using your breathing. And then we're going to walk our hands up our legs. So lifting your head and shoulders off the floor, move your hands up the back of your leg as high as you can. And again, we're just going to keep breathing, and then so we exhale, keep moving that leg towards your body, towards your chest. So these are just micro movements. You can release the ankles if you want, you don't have to have them flexed now. Lovely, and then release that leg all the way down, back to the floor. Do the same on the other side. So first of all, bring that left knee into the chest. Let's give it a nice hug, bit of movement around from the hip. And then we're going to extend that leg nice and straight, vertical, so that the sole of the foot is pointing towards the ceiling. And then keep your right hand on top of your right hip to secure that hip from rising up. And then take your left hand to the inside of your left thigh, your left knee, and just guide that leg over to the left hand side, really opening up. Nice big inhale. And exhale. And then just take your right hand to the outside of your right leg and support it as you bring it all the way back up to vertical. And take your hands behind your right thigh, interlace your fingers. Keep your neck and shoulders on the floor for the moment and just ease that thigh towards your chest, using your breathing. And then taking the hands further up the leg, lift your head and shoulders off the floor and just work that leg closer towards your body using your breathing. And then release the hands, keep the left leg up in the air, then take the right leg up to join it. So both legs now are vertical and the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. And then we're just going to do some what we call dead bug lifts. So I'm going to raise the head and shoulders off the mat. Legs in the air, and then taking the arms up, we're going to bring, using our core, we're going to touch our toes as we lift our shoulders off 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come all the way down, bring the knees into the chest, give them a nice big hug. We're just going to do that one more time. So really think about engaging the core, extend the legs up to the ceiling. So really power up the core. Think about pinning the belly button towards the back of your spine. Lift the head and shoulders off the mat. And then using your fingers, reach for your toes 10 times, lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then release legs all the way down to the floor. Have your feet on the floor with your knees facing up. I'm just going to take the arms out into a crucifix position. I'm going to drop the knees to the left-hand side first of all. And just take your gaze over to the right. Take a nice big inhale. And then bring the knees back up through center, drop them to the right hand side. Take your gaze over to the left. Lovely. And then bring the knees back up through center. Bring yourself to upright. And going to just make sure that you're sat on your sit bones. Going to do a little bit of a balance, bit of fun. So sitting nice and upright. I'm going to take the peace fingers round the toe, round the big toe. And first of all, I mean, maybe have the left leg on the floor or whatever, but first of all, we're just going to take that right leg out. So engaging the core, so you're sitting nice and upright. Really finding strength in that hip flexor to hold that leg up. And release that one back down. We'll do the same on the other side. So fingers round the big toe. And then extend that left leg out. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale and release. And then you can try and do both at the same time. So the key to this is just make sure you're sitting right on your sit bones. Find your balance. So take the fingers around the big toes first of all. Knees out wide. Find your balance on your sit bones. And then either do one at a time or do both together. Engaging the core. And release with control all the way down. Back into your Baddha Konasana where we started. And we're just going to take that stretch forward. So bring your chest forward. Take a nice big inhale. Maybe close the eyes down. And then bring yourself up. Use your hands to bring your knees back together. Crossing over the ankles. And then we're going to bring ourselves over onto all fours. Tuck your toes. Just going to stretch out through the balls of the feet. So sit your sit bones back onto your heels with your toes tucked so that you can really feel that stretch through the soles of your feet. If you push hard enough through the soles of your feet, you should find that your knees will lift off the mat. And then push your sit bones up and away. We're going to come into our first downward dog. So just coming into your downward dog, maybe adjust your position and just shake your head out. Yes, yes, no, no. Just release any tension there. Pedal out through the dog. The hamstrings should be pretty warm now after doing all that work. So just come to take a nice big deep inhale and exhale. Looking up between the hands, bring the right foot to the top of the mat and the left foot to join it. Exhale, fold forward. Let the neck release. And inhale, take the arms out to the side. Slowly, gently bring yourselves all the way up to standing. Hands down to heart center. And again, so we're going to inhale all the way up to the top, reaching tall through the fingertips. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale, up to halfway lift, extending out through the crown of the head, finding the length. Exhale, plant the hands on the floor, take the right foot out behind you and the left coming into your high plank position. Just going to do a little bit of core work here. So engage the core. Push the ground away from underneath your hands, really doming up through the shoulder girdle, pushing out the energy through the backs of the heels. And then we're going to take the right knee to the right elbow, and then you're going to lower it to the right wrist, and then high, bring it as high as you can so that you're trying to get your knee as close to your armpit as possible. And then take that back behind you. Do the same on the left. So take that left knee to the left elbow, take it down to the left wrist, and then up high again, really dome that back. And then take that leg back behind you into high plank position. Drop the knees, bring the chest to the mat. Coming down to lay on your tummies. Push down through the pelvis area, small back bend, and then tuck the toes, push yourselves back up into downward dog. Whew. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. This time extend the right leg up behind you as far as it will go. Really rise that leg up nice and tall. And then we're going to bring that right knee up behind the right wrist, placing the right shin on the floor, coming into your pigeon position. So if this is too much on your hips or your knees, I'll show you how to do a reclined position in a moment. But if this is okay for you, you want to have your left leg directly out behind you, and you can take it forward if you want to. If that is too much, then come to lie on your back and take your right ankle over your left knee and bring your hands behind your left thigh and pull that in gently, and that will give you the same stretch in your right glute. Okay, so if you're in your front position, pigeon, just take one more nice big breath. And exhale to release. Use your hands to push you up. And then tuck the toes on the left, take the right leg back out behind you into your downward dog position. So do the same on the left side now. So take the left leg up behind you, reaching it really nice and high. Really opening up. And then bring that left knee up behind your left wrist, placing the shin on the mat. And the right leg coming out long behind you. So if you prefer to do it on your back, you know what to do. And then just take the pigeon forward. Maybe rest your forehead on your arms. If you don't quite get to the floor, that's fine. Or you can stay on your forearms, whatever is enough for you. Try and relax your glutes. So wherever you are, take a nice big inhale. And exhale to push yourself up. Tuck the toes on the right, take that left leg back out into downward dog position. Take a nice big inhale. Looking up between the hands, either jump, step, or hop to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take the arms out to the side, bring yourselves all the way up to standing. Hands down to heart center. And then just heel toe, the feet wide. We're going to come down into our yogi squat. Take the knees out over the toes. Drop the hips nice and low. Chest up. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. And then release the hands and just come down to lay on your mat. Coming into our final Shavasana position, so laying down nice and long. Find a connection with as much of your body with the mat as possible. Imagine someone is pushing their hands down on your shoulders. How nice that feels. Let the arms be nice and relaxed down by your side, palms facing up, let the ankles fall out to the side. Let go of everything now, so let go of the breathing, come back to whatever feels natural. Let all the muscles fall away from the bones. And just take these moments to absorb all the energy, all the nourishment you've created in the practice. So just starting to bring awareness back into your body, becoming aware of your environment, your surroundings, noises. And take your arms out overhead and really find a nice stretch from your toes all the way to your fingertips. Really give yourselves a nice big Superman stretch. Take a nice big inhale and release through the mouth. And do that once more. Nice big stretch. Take a nice big inhale. Tense your body up and then just release everything out through the mouth. And then bringing the right knee into your chest. Just give it a nice big hug and a squeeze. And do the same on the left side. Bring that one in. And then give both knees just a lovely tight squeeze towards the chest. Maybe just rocking side to side, just massaging out that lower back. And then take the right hand, right arm over to use as a pillow as you bring yourselves over to your right hand side. Rolling over into that fetal position. And then keeping your eyes closed, just taking a moment for yourself, no hurry. Just bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to the heart center, thumbs pressing towards the heart, connecting with the kindness inside. And pushing the palms together, bringing the right and the left side of the brain together in harmony. And just dipping the chin slightly in gratitude for our bodies that have enabled us to practice this evening. And before we close the practice, just open your eyes and then really vigorously rub your palms together, creating energy and fire and heat in your palms. And then cup your hands over your eyes. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands back down to the heart center. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Enjoy the rest of your night. Namaste.
Thanks, Emma.
Oh, you're
Thanks,
welcome.
Emma.
Thank you. Just to let you know, I don't know if you're coming next week or not, but I'm gonna make next week the last one. I might pick it up again in a month or two, but I was just thinking for August, there's people on holiday and stuff like that. And I'm going to go back to the gym as well. So I'm going to just take a break from doing this. But I'll do it next week. So hopefully you can make it next week.
Yeah, brilliant.
All right.
Thanks, Emma.
All right.
Yes, thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Karen. Bye, Leslie.
Bye. See you soon.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.